taking over, that's a promise, not a threat.
Uppercut season off top, you stop breathing.
And of course, there's another card on Matchroom on the Zone, you know, where in this particular case, the co-main should be the main event, and then the main event really probably shouldn't be. You know, yeah. I don't know. Eddie, for all things, one big thing about Eddie, you know, he is loyal to certain fighters, because that's the whole reason why Dereck Chisora is still getting these main event spots. Now, Dereck Chisora versus Kubrat Pulev is not, in terms of heavyweight combinations you want to put together in a fight, is not a combination. It's not a fight that I care to watch.
It would be a great thriller fight, but
yeah,
like, y'all using up like an actual Matchroom, the Zone resources for this. Like, nah, I can't. Right. I can't get jiggy with this.
Yeah, like Pulev. I mean, like I said, you know, Pulev is out of all the heavyweights from the previous generation. I don't understand how Pulev actually managed to escape that and to all of a sudden be in demand in this generation. I don't understand how that.
Surprised Pulev hasn't been canceled yet, but that's a whole nother story.
Yeah, that shit kind of just
disappeared.
Yeah.
I mean, if it seemed it might actually give him 15 minutes. It seemed like, because dude didn't get no type of attention. Like, and then all of a sudden, like once that all of a sudden dude has been on cards. Like, he's like the opposite. They're not trying to cancel him. He's not even American.
Like, you know what? I like this new hip hop flavor. Put him on another card, guys. Yeah. Come on, bring him back, boy. He's like, yeah, that shit, like, he blew up. He low-key blew up off of that shit.
Yeah, like, I mean, he's been on top rank cards. He's been on Zoga. He's been on Troller cards. Like, dude doesn't have any trouble fighting a fight. But the problem is, Pulev is not the most interesting person to watch fight. You know, it's like, in the fact they see Loki has a resume. Low-key. But
yeah, and he's not a horrible fighter. It's just, you never feel like you get that much from him. Even the Joshua fight, like, the best part is the sick-ass knockout. Yeah. And people forget about that fight. Like Joshua would be having some nice-ass KOs, but it's like people just remember the losses with dude. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah, and then they're putting it in with Chisora. Now, Chisora, I mean, has been there with so many different people, from, you know, Hay, Fury, fucking like
Vitali.
Yeah, Vitali, Parker, Dillian White, Malik Scott. You know, it's like a lot of fighters, man. But the thing is, like, no, but the problem is, like, you can tell he's deteriorated. Usyk too. Probably the best thing that Usyk Chisora did in his, you know, in recent time is, you know, forced to have a close fight with Usyk in a fight that everyone thought he was probably.
Nah, that ain't the best. The best thing he did, he ain't give credit for it. We not going. Nah, the Parker fight, first Parker fight.
But in terms of Parker and Usyk's stats are like kind of different. Like, you know, Usyk is kind of a higher, and now he's higher status though. But the fact
they both higher than him. Shit, like, he ain't supposed to beat neither one.
yeah. But he gave him close fights, and he should have beaten Parker. Absolutely, the first fight time around. But the second fight though, it clearly looked like that Chisora, you know, I've seen better days, because dude was wobbling all over the place. He got knocked out, put down like 3 or 4 times. You know,
and he still put up a good fight. Like,
yeah,
that was the type of performance where you're like, you know what, you gave us a good fight, but that's it. Like, you could walk away. Like, it's no shame, you know. But they got him fighting another guy, and it's like, god damn.
So it's just pretty much too. Because I mean, and too, you know, like, where does the winner even go with, you know, from a fight like this? Because Pulev, for whatever reason, like, I mean, it's not, you know, he still gets fights, but Pulev should have been like Pulev should have been taken out of there by now. Like, it ain't no reason for dude to still be from that generation to still be active in this. Like, I mean, Pulev. I mean, it's like, Pulev. I mean, and he's also fresher too for whatever reason. So it's just like, yeah, Eddie. Yeah, I don't want to see Chisora be out here just taking beatings. Like, Pulev, thankfully for him, is not a monster puncher, but you know, Chisora is like shaky. Like, dude be taking like a mid shot, and dude just be like all over the place. Like, you can tell that it's not good for him to be taking these shots anymore.
He's looking real old too. I don't know if y'all saw pictures of Chisora lately. He looks really
old as fuck.
He looks bad, man. I don't know. He looks bad.
Yeah,
like he really shouldn't be fighting. I just don't feel comfortable.
Seriously.
Yeah, because I mean, it's like they're trying to turn him into Danny Williams, and Danny Williams is still fighting all the fucking wrong reasons. You know, it's like, yeah,
He's gonna be looking like Julius Francis soon.
Yeah, exactly. But at least Julius Francis, well, no, I mean, because his record got very journeyman-like because he didn't walk away soon. But Danny Williams is worse because Danny Williams really shouldn't be fighting. They haven't banned him yet, and you know, it's like, yeah, like a guy that fought Mike Tyson shouldn't be fighting like anymore, like in 2022. Like no.
Yeah, that's facts.
You know,
especially if it's not attached to a Jake Paul card.
Exactly.
I know YouTuber shit. You're like on a legit boxing card, and you're like, okay, like yeah, I gotta. You know what? Fuck it. Someone who fought Vitaly Klitschko shouldn't be damn boxing right now.
Facts, facts. You know,
like you actually got someone in the ring who can say, you know that Klitschko guy, I fought him. Like nah, like that shouldn't be a flex right now.
No, it really shouldn't. And it's feels right now. It's like with Chisora. Chisora's 38, so it's like, I mean, does Eddie? I mean, you know, he's in the point where he can really get hurt. And like I said, Pulev doesn't punch hard, but he can punch hard enough to get rid of him. And honestly, that's what I'm feeling right now. I think Pulev is actually going to stop doing it. It's not going to look pretty either when he does it. If I have to pick a round, I'm picking maybe 7th round, 8th round. Probably I'll stick with 7. You know, So Chisora, I mean, unless Chisora, I mean, but either way, if Chisora knocks out Pulev, then I'm gonna be like, yeah, you know, Pulev is not that great himself, but he's just fresher.
5th round.
Yeah, 5th round pilot.
I think this might truly just be a stinker and go to the cards, and I don't really give a fuck about this.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, like, I guess maybe Pulev might stop him, but I'm just gonna say decision for Pulev or something. I don't really.
Hey, your prediction?
Pulev by 7th round stop.
Oh, same as me. Yeah, it's like Eddie should be.
I'm sure we'll see another video of Chisora on his stool, huffing and puffing like he's about to blow some house down because he's this man goes 4 rounds and he's just like, bro, like you really need to stop.
Yeah, it's like, Chisora really needs to be pulled out. I mean, because I think I know the stick of him saying wild shit in interviews, because he did say something really wild a couple weeks ago or whatever. I forgot what but it's something like really pause worthy. You know.
About like, would you choose between this type of chick or this, or I'm gonna do this to you? Like, this shit was just wild, zesty mango. Sugar cane status. I'm just like, I'm like, no bueno. I'm good, bro. Like, his brain sound rattled. Like, you know, you definitely, like, if you didn't need to fight before, after saying that stupid shit, you definitely don't need to fight.
Exactly, man. And like, I mean, obviously, if it's entertaining, that means somebody got bodied, and Eddie really should be, you know, if he gets bodied too, like, where he gets really hurt, then Eddie really needs to be taking a task to that. You know, if no one gets bodied, and you know, and let's say Pulev doesn't have no fight of the year type of candidates, like he doesn't have one in this I can think of in all his fights. So if something like that if something like that it does, like, it's dull, then Eddie needs to learn that there's certain fights that shouldn't be paired up and shouldn't be in main events. You know, so I mean, if it's really good, that means that both guys are beating the shit out of each other, and you know, they accumulate more damage. If it's bad, that means, you know, Chisora's huffing and puffing, and then Pulev's power is not enough to even put him away, which will make for a very frustrating watch.
Yeah, I just honestly, I really don't care for this fight. Like, I don't even know why we talked about it at all. Really,
because most likely the winner, we're gonna see them again in another high-profile fight. And like I said, the co-main itself
we shouldn't talk about it then either.
Exactly, but at least the co-main itself is worthy, you know, and that should be the main event with Israel Madrimov and Michelle Soro too. You know, the first fight was had controversy because the bell rang, but Madrimov ended up knocking Soro out. You know, after the bell rang. You know, and they didn't overturn that loss. but they're like, we got to order this rematch. But at least this time, this fight, at least Soro's not coming off like a layoff, which is what happened in the first fight. And Madrimov has been pretty active. I'm still high on him, but he definitely has, he has some flaws. I know most people call him like a more mobile version of Triple G, but his flaws are kind of making it hard for me to even see that going.
And he's not as technically sound as Golovkin, so. He doesn't
even have the stamina of a prime Triple G, because dude be huffing and puffing too, like after midway.
He barely got the stamina of an old Triple G. Yeah,
exactly. Like I say, he has power for days. He has lots of power.
And he is athletic. I think that's the only thing I truly put over Triple G. Like the athleticism. Like he has agility. He could move, and Triple G ain't never moved like that in his life.
Never.
Yeah, these new Triple Gs ain't nothing like Triple G. Like Madrimov, Janibek. Like, stop tagging these people with Triple G comparisons.
Honestly,
European Triple G.
Yeah, we gotta stop. Like, they gotta stop that. Like, just like the whole. Anytime some Black American kid has a nice jab, slick urban boxer, he's
Floyd
Mayweather.
Yeah.
Like, look, every time we get some Kazakhstan dude or some Eastern European, like, he's not Triple G. Like, this motherfucker better be knocking dudes out and have a telephone pole jab before y'all even say that shit.
Right.
Because if not,
and legendary chin too.
Yeah, legendary chin. Like, because this shit's ridiculous now. Like, Janibek was supposed to be way more impressive before he even got all them damn that hype.
Right.
if somebody didn't know boxing and they just and you told them, they would literally like think they're going to see a Triple G highlight when you mention him, and then you see him, you're like, oh, okay, guess this is it, huh? All right.
Right, yeah.
That's how I feel. Like, come on.
Yeah, it's like Triple G's Triple G, and he's still fighting. Like, so you gotta let these guys develop as they are, But in terms of this fight, Madrimov Soro, like, do we see Madrimov actually repeating the upset, or maybe the fact that Soro might have a chip on his shoulder now, and he's now a little bit more active? The ring rust is kind of gone.
He need to be more assertive. That's what he need to be.
That's because there were too many rounds, I think, in the first fight where Madrid was just taking off activity. I think Soro was just either he was trying to really think of a plan, or it was just like, or that power was bothering him early, one or the other. Because he didn't seem like he was the power. Outward, like he didn't seem like the power was affecting him until, of course, after the bell, where Madrid, KO'd him after the bell, and that was all she wrote.
It's like he seemed rusty, but then it was like, dude, you let the fight slip away. Like it always felt like, in a way, he was like maybe a combination or two away from winning the round sometimes. Like if he just put a little more effort.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just like, but who y'all favoring this time? Like, who y'all think gonna win this time? Because it's almost 50-50 in a way.
It is. I think Madrimov's gonna do it, but I think Madrimov will probably win a decision over him.
Same for me. I think he's gonna win again, but it'll be a decision this go around.
And no one thinks Soro gonna come in there.
I think Madrimov's gonna stop him late.
I think right.
I think he's gonna stop him late, like literally like 12th round stop.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, I can see that.
So you're picking Soro, LB?
I mean, I feel like there was things he could have improved on from the first fight, but I felt maybe that could have had something to do with the layoff. But then if you look at the Castaño fight, he does have a habit of kind of fighting behind people.
Right.
And that's just who he is, I think, no matter how good a shape he is or how rusty he is or how fresh he is. So I think I'm going to go with Madrimov by decision. I think Soro keeps it closer. He doesn't get... I don't think he gets caught like that. Or if he does, he doesn't catch a mean one where he's You know, I think honestly, I think we get a better fight. Like, this is one of those where I think since no one's really expecting the main event to be shit,
right?
This fight's gonna like main event itself.
Yeah, and I hope I do, because Madrimov, I mean, does make for good fights. Soro too when he's motivated. So it's just like,
And Soro has to be motivated, because do we care about this guy if he loses again?
Yeah, no, yeah. If Sora loses again, he loses cleanly, then yeah, he's gonna go all the way. Even because this is a 154. 154 is a bit, you know, he's gonna have to go to 160 or something like that if he wants to sniff another title shot or another opportunity to even fight for a title.
I mean, he could. I mean, shit. Why fight for a title? I mean, why can't he fight Munguia?
Because Munguia probably won't want it.
Dude, come on. Is this the same Munguia we on, like in this multiverse, or another one? Because the multiverse Munguia done fought Charlo and Triple G and Andre.
Facts.
This one ain't, you know, if Soro loses, it's a possibility he could move up and fight Munguia. Let's keep it real. Right,
now he can, but it's more or less Munguia will fight him. That's the problem, you know. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like, Munguia is the type to fight a guy like that.
Yep, sadly that's true.
Yeah, that's also true. And then Sora might, of course, also have an opportunity to even pick a title, because, you know, those titles, you know, depending on what Triple G does later this year, you know, some of those titles may go free, and you might actually have a pathway. But yeah, that's only if he loses. I mean, obviously we want him to win, because, you know, get into the mix, you know, to fight for 154 belt. You know, but yeah, this should be, hopefully this should be, you know, this should be the real main event. This should be hopefully a Fight of the Year candidate on paper again.
If he wins, I wouldn't be surprised, because I feel like if he could take, is this a 12 round or 10 round?
12.
I think it's 12 because they're both 1 and 2 in the WBA. Madrimal's been
12.
Yeah. Madrimal's been the mandatory for a minute for Charlo. So.
I feel like Soro could like take dude, like could kind of drown him late. If he could outwork him and get him tired and go to the body early, you know, especially with the way Madrigal likes to move. So,
right,
you know, I'm not picking Soro to win, but if he was to win, I would not be surprised. Like, he's definitely in this fight, more so I think now than he was the first fight, because he doesn't have the ring rust. He kind of knows what to expect.
Right. And I hopefully that he is, because like I said, I mean, like I said, because Soro has been an unsung fighter for a while, and you know, like I said, a good showing to take. A good showing and takes away 0 from a real prospect, or contender, however you want to view Madrimov. You know, it's a good look. You know, so. Yeah. But yeah, you know, like I said, those are the two fights. I mean, they didn't really release the other undercard fights, and truthfully, I'm not really looking for that.
I don't care.
Yeah, you know, so yeah, I mean, you know, but at least with Matchroom, it's in the afternoon, so once that's done, you know, you can go about your business and just wait for the PBC shit to go on later on that night.
And that's at like what, 9?
Yeah, that's at 9. Yeah.
Oh, okay, damn, no more 10 o'clock.
Oh. Good shit.
Yeah, indeed.